Hi, hey guys, and welcome back to Tip of the Hats 2019. And we have now a block of TF2 play. And as you know, if you've watched our event before, we like to use these sections to kind of talk a bit about why we're here and what in the heck we're doing here. And so we're joined by Katie, who you can see is the VP Philanthropy with the charity. We have, of course, Mala, who's very well acquainted, and of course, Lang has also worked at the camp as well.
Yes. Hi.
So yeah, this is our camp couch right now. So yeah, welcome, and happy to have you back again, Katie, as well. And so there will be TF2 going on, and there's a plan, I think, in a little bit, if we can get them. I think the TF2 Scout is calling in to try to be a part of the show again, but...
takes him a while to figure out how to use the phone.
Takes him a while to figure it out, yeah. He's fast, not so fast up here, maybe. It's maybe normal, but
sure.
Yeah. But anyway, no, all funny stuff aside, we love to talk about that. And we, again, have some younger, some experienced campers that we can maybe speak to in a little bit. But hey, I just like to give you the floor. I just ramble on, but Katie, like we always talk about all these experiences that we see in the videos and stuff like that. And... I don't know. What do you have in your mind? I'm just saying nothing.
Yeah, well, before I start, first of all, I'll let you know that there's
Yeah.
a lot of campers and families that are watching right now.
Absolutely, and we love
actually,
that.
One of them said, you know, she loves your set, but she wanted to add a little something to this set.
Right, we have this here. I totally forgot.
A little thank you. So one of our campers, Haley, who's an amazing artist, made this for all of our Tip of Hats friends. I wish everybody could see all the people here working behind the scenes to make this happen. But so Haley is 17. She's one of our Wisconsin campers. So she made this for you guys, saying thanks for being super supportive of Camp One Step. You're all superheroes to us, so thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Haley. I had her in my group this
You
year.
did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi, Haley.
And I'm just told that we couldn't keep Jacob away, evidently, from the game. I believe, and he's over there. And this is it the third year, Jacob? We've had you. Or the second year in person and third year total, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, and we can't keep him away from the TF2, evidently. And you're always telling us, actually, you told us all a whole bunch of things that you're into in terms of, geez, gaming and playing guitar, you were just telling me, and like camp stories and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know how we're structuring this segment or whatever. He told me we were talking about raccoons. I don't know how that came up, but he said that it's a camp-related raccoon story. Before I forget, I just wanted to get it because otherwise I won't remember. But did you want to?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that story.
Yeah, sure.
So in the camp, you can do a bunch of programs at certain ages. And the program that I chose to do is called Campcraft. So you get to spend 2 weeks outdoors, kind of learning some outdoor skills. And 1 year, we were up on this hill called Vision Hill, and we were trying to catch a raccoon.
Catch one.
We were trying to,
of course.
We stayed up way past our bedtime. And we took a whole bunch of food, and we put it underneath like a grill top, and we put a stick underneath it, and we thought that would work. And we stayed up for probably we stayed until like 5 a.m. trying to catch this thing. And when it finally got there, we pulled the string, we saw it, and it ran away.
Oh, really? So you were trying to trap him in a grill?
Yep.
Why did you pick a grill? Like, was that going to be it? You weren't going to eat him or anything?
You know, that's what we had available. It was like a giant grill top. Yeah.
Nice.
Medical staff says that's a bad idea.
Yeah, Lauren's not approving right now.
Not approving.
Yeah. So
we do not serve raccoons. We normally have s'mores. So.
Yes, yeah. You're in trouble now. Yeah. No, but so we're in the pub now and playing the soldier class. But yeah, like I said, you know what? Again, I'm not a camper person, so all three of you guys here,
We've got camp going on right now. We got family camp going up right now, and I've been getting reports that there's been a lot of activity going on up there, a lot of new families, and they've been watching too, and they actually send in a clip to say hi to everybody.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
So.
We like that, and because every year since as long as I can remember, the campers they know what this is, and they obviously know this event, and they started to send sort of little. I remember we had like a framed photo something like 3 or 4 years ago, and we started to get little videos where they're like, thank you so much. And I love it. I love just sort of the back and forth because, I mean, essentially, by our understanding, I mean, it's the same family, same team, really.
Yeah. I actually have I still have 2 framed pieces of art from campers hanging in my apartment to this day.
Nice.
That's
yeah.
so fun.
It means just as much as any of this other stuff, honestly.
Do you guys know about our friendship bracelets?
No.
I still have some of those as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell, what are those like?
So we actually make them out of like fishing line, kind of fishing hooks.
Okay.
We put these special beads on them,
Okay.
and so I'm actually wearing them right now. I don't know.
Cool.
if
Can we,
anybody
can we get the close on Jacob and see it? Because I want
my
to see it
wrist.
personally.
I wear mine. I don't take them
Direct
off
dive.
Can we get
ever.
a close up on the
job.
ice on Jacob's wrist?
The
Can we,
ice.
The ice. A silver. Sterling silver fish hook bracelet.
And they're so
they're-
fun that
that's
like
trying to play a
you get
game
one
here.
for every year that you go. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
you can
Okay,
wear-
we're on you there
some
now.
people
Can you
with
hold it
fun.
up again there, Jacob?
there we go.
Where's he at? So it's made out of hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Fishing
it's
line,
just
not hooks.
and beads.
okay. Oh, okay,
Only the
gotcha.
best.
Okay, I was like hooks. That doesn't sound.
You know, when campers come, they get a kit so they can make one for themselves and one to give to somebody else. And it's kind of like saying, okay, this is for you. I'm going to see you next year. So,
And I have some back from 2006, from my first year of camp.
oh yeah.
Well, that's a big topic that we talk about as well because, you know, some people, when they think of camp, it's like, oh, cool, you go to camp and then you might go again sometime. But in talking to you last year, Jacob, and just in all these stories, we really learned that it's not a one-off thing. I mean, almost everyone, they want to stay with the camp as long as they can. And when they're not able to be a camper anymore because of age, some of them go and become counselors and
Oh, totally.
staff and various positions. So
Yeah.
it's really, I mean, it's such a life-changing thing. It's such a huge, awesome community and family to be a part of, honestly. That's
Yeah.
really impressive. I know we talk about it every year, so we're kind of used to it, but it's such a cool thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Yeah.
funny. You know, some of the campers, I've been working there for 8 years now, and some of them, when I met them, they were this big, these little boys, and now they're grown men saying, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a man, and
Yep.
I'm a counselor now. You got to treat me like an adult.
We're gonna
But-
give a shout out to Max maybe because your son
Yep,
is
my son is here.
he's growing.
He's a gamer.
He's 14. He said right.
He's
So he's
14.
in that growing stage,
Yep.
and we were saying like. Mom might be the shorter one next year.
I
We'll
am.
see, maybe.
I'm gonna keep
But
her in
that's-
higher heels.
Yeah, but that's a common thing. Like I said, that a lot of them, and a lot of the stories, and we have new sort of clips and interviews every year, but we hear it's like, yeah, I've been coming here since I'm like, 7 or 8 or whatever, and it's really amazing to me.
Yeah, Jacob's been around since he was 6 years old.
Yep.
He
Wow,
grew up
we-
at camp, right, Jacob?
Grew up at camp, and this year was my last year as a camper. Actually,
Wow.
It was bittersweet.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a counselor?
Yeah, so
course.
what's the
I already
plan? That's
cornered
the
him on that.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like this place is so special to me. It would be so bad if I didn't come back, and especially to come on here and get to talk about camp. Like that's something super special to me as well.
Yeah, totally. I actually volunteered with the oldest campers this year, the 17 to 19-year-olds
Oh, yeah?
in the Excel group. And so I can't tell you how many of them were like, I'm coming back to be a counselor next year. I love this place. I love coming here every year, and I need to give back now. And it's just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, we actually have a program called One Step Further. So when you're 20, you can come back,
Oh,
and
wow.
you get to kind of rotate with all the different. You can go with the little kids, the older kids, see who wears you out and who doesn't. And then the following year, when you're 21, you get to come in and be a counselor.
It's so cool. I mean, what gets me is that it's these people, there's so much goodness and kindness. Like, there's no bad apple that I've seen. Like, these are all young people that are part of this group and are growing up to be such fantastic people that want to help and be generous. And some of them, I believe, last year there was stories that some of them say, like, I'd like to go into medicine or some related field myself.
Yeah.
That's so amazing to me. I need a thesaurus, but that's amazing to
Yeah,
me.
I've had a lot of campers. As a nurse, I've had a lot of campers come up to me and say, I've realized that I wanted to go into medicine. I want to be a nurse. Can you tell me about your job, what you do, how I get into it, give me some advice. And so it's just really heartwarming that these kids have taken their experiences as patients and turned that into a good thing where they want to go into medicine and give back.
Did you? Oh, go ahead.
Actually, Jacob told me he's going to be a nurse too.
Yeah, I think that must. Yeah, I think he was one of the ones that must have mentioned it. Yeah, that's. It is really astounding. I was going to ask, Lang, Do you get that feeling? Is it just a different feeling being there? Because you were there as a photographer in the past.
Yeah.
Is it just like an overwhelming kind of, like, how does it feel like?
It was very amazing to be a part of. Again, I unfortunately haven't been to camp since 2014 because
Sure.
I've just been so busy.
Katie's got to corner you
I
too.
know.
Yeah. Well,
We'll talk after.
He's a busy guy.
yeah. But the 2 camps I did summer and winter camp that year, and they were both just amazing. Like, it was so fun, and just being a photographer there, like, your job is just to document fun, which is super, super great. Especially, I really love doing, when we went on ski slopes and just getting photography of that, like action photography. It was just like, oh, that was so fun. I really want to do the Dude Ranch camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I've actually ridden horses quite a bit. People might not know that because I'm a computer engineer.
Any horse is good for me, as the kid in the video said.
I actually have decent experience doing that.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun to, like, be on horseback with, like, a big camera trying to take
Yeah.
photos. That'd be super challenging.
Yeah, get a gyro, get a
Yeah.
stabilizer.
That'd be super fun.
Yeah.
That's a great program. Every morning they go out, they go riding their horses,
Yeah.
and they get to like cook outside, make their breakfast, and then come back. They get to take care of the animals. The kids love it.
Where do they do that? Is that in Illinois or?
Up in Mouston, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a few hours north of Lake Geneva area.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
And the kids love it. When I go to summer
Yeah.
camp, they're like, "Oh my gosh, Dude Ranch is
Well,
so
there's a whole
fun."
video where they're talking about the horses and
Yeah.
everything this year, and I love, and that was my favorite line. Any horse is good for me. I love that so much. It's so awesome. I love it. But yeah, like, I mean, even for me, just being like a host in a chair and just hearing the stories, like I get a little weepy. Like it's like a happy kind of thing, but it's so touching. And so I can only imagine being there in person and realizing like what you're a part of and what you're doing and who you're helping. It's got to be just a massive feeling.
It's like a second family.
You know, when I was
almost.
watching the video that we just saw of Abby, the very first girl that started the shot, that video is maybe 3 years old now.
Right.
I was just in an event with Abby a few days ago.
She taller than you now too?
No, not quite yet. But she's in 8th grade
Almost.
now. Another one who's growing up on me before
Sure.
my eyes. And
Yeah.
she's got an incredible story. She was actually adopted from China and brought here when she was 2. And then into a family that their oldest child actually had cancer and had just been through treatment and was doing better. And then they adopted Abby. And within 6 months, they found out that Abby also had cancer. They had no idea.
Wow.
So the family was shocked, and because they had just gone through it, they had doctors lined up, and they knew
Sure.
kind of what to expect. So Abby got treated. She was in treatment for years, and she is cancer-free now, which is amazing.
Abby.
Wow.
And Abby is going to run camp one day. If you meet
Yeah.
her, she is a spitfire. You know Abby, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, she's amazing. She's been to at least 3 camps now. She just got off a Dude Ranch, loved it. She was telling me all about her horse and how much she loved it and how much her friends mean to her, and she just can't wait to go to camp every year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, watching all the videos, one thought I had was, and this is just restating the same stuff, but it's like when you get sick and you have cancer, I mean, I had it lucky. My experience was about a year where it's just that's it. You're doing cancer for that year. A lot of kids, it's a lot longer than a year that they have to press pause. But I mean, camp allows them. Basically, we're saying no, you don't have to press pause. You can go and do all these amazing things and. It's, thesaurus, please.
Yeah, and the great thing about that is that when these kids are in treatment, they kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel by seeing other kids that are post-treatment, and it's like, you will get through this, you're strong, like, you know, you see how well these kids are doing, and like, it gives you kind of a more invigoration that like you can get through this.
Yeah.
And if I can briefly interject, I would love to get like some specific camp anecdotes and stories out of
I've got
people.
one.
So I'll let y'all, and Jake, I'm going to want some out of you as well. So I'll let everyone sort of think about what they want to tell, and I'll start. Again, I'm recycling old 2014 stories.
It's okay. Some people are watching for the very first time or second or third time.
Exactly. But so I was a photographer, right, during the summer camp. And as part of that, it's like, okay, I need to plan out my day because there's a whole bunch of different groups and activities happening at camp all the time, and I needed to document all of them. So I basically had a shot schedule, like, okay, for this block of time I need to be here, I need to go get in my car, drive across town and do this thing. So I was buzzing all over the place, and one of the things that camp has is they have these golf carts for some of the staff to get around in. So I basically had a golf cart the whole time. I just hucked my backpack and my monopod in there with this massive stonking lens on it. I'd be driving around, and you know, I was new and no one really knew who I was. So I decided, what if I just did the heavy accent the whole time? So
no.
Of course, which has quite a history to it, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So I'd be driving around, and I didn't know where anything was, so I was asking for directions constantly. So I'd just be driving around in my golf cart, just like ripping down the hills, doing a wicked, like 15 kilometers an hour, just wicked irresponsible. It's kilometers, apparently. I've become Canadian, yeah. And I'd be like, child, do you know where pool is?
I fully believe him, actually.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we took his keys from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more golf
No more
cart.
golf
Not allowed
cart.
back.
Out of here.
You're walking next time.
So I haven't been back since 2014. I showed up and they said, hey, you got to go.
You get a car and you're 2 feet. Yeah.
I've got a good camp story, and this actually involves Jacob. It's one I've told before, so I apologize if you guys have heard this, but it's a really good one, and I'm sure Jacob knows what I'm going to talk about here. So I also did Campcraft with Jacob as my camper, and we took a canoe trip. We were going on a canoe trip, and it was a 3-day trip, and we were doing like 9 miles. And so we start the trip in the afternoon. It's like noon or so. We're getting in the canoes, and the people in charge of the trip say, you know, we only have to go 3 miles today. You got to go slow, or else we're going to get there really fast and have nothing to do. So just go slow, take your time, enjoy it, have fun. We're like, okay, we can do that. So we're just moseying along the river, and it's like, it starts to be like 4:30, and we're like, okay, let's kind of see where we are, see how we're doing. And we look at the map, and we are not even halfway to our campsite. And we're like, okay, it is time to move it. So we start moving to the campsite, and we finally get there, and we have like not that much sunlight left to cook dinner and get our tent set up and everything. So we're like, okay, we're gonna do this. And so we get the tent set up, we cook dinner, like we've got firewood, we got the canoes docked, everything's good. So we make the kids dinner. They're getting like settled down for the night. We put the kids to bed, and the counselors are just kind of like chilling by the fire, chatting.
Wow, a big donation there, $600 from
That's
Sketch Chat.
that's a gong
So
hit.
much. That
is a
is,
gong.
yeah.
I can pause
We will
on
get
this
to it.
story if
no,
we want.
we can get to it because I should
I
pull up and see what the comment may be or whatnot.
I will finish
you can finish
my
the story for sure.
It's a long one.
Yep.
So we put the kids to bed. We're just hanging out by the fire, and we're like, ooh, there's some like rain in the distance. We better check this out. So we're starting to like look at the sky, and all of a sudden we get hit by a wall of rain, and it is cold rain. And we're like, oh boy, okay, we better get to our tents. We better be in for the night. So we start to go towards our tents. I'm walking towards my tent, and then my tent is coming towards me, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
That's different.
And so I catch my tent, and then I hear the girls in the girls' tent scream, and I'm like, oh
boy.
That's cute. They're like afraid of the lightning and the thunder and the rain. Oh, poor girls. Okay. And then I look up, and their tent has collapsed all over the girls, and the girls are running out of it, and we're like, oh, this is not good.
Well, some of them were asleep.
Yes, they were asleep.
There you go.
And then the boys start screaming, and the boys' tent has collapsed. Jacob was in the boys' tent.
Oh.
I'm sure that was a little terrifying.
Oh, it was. I was asleep, and I got woken up by a tent pole in the face.
Yes. And so we eventually get the kids out of the collapsed tents. We put them in our tents that we have caught. And the kids are soaking wet in this very
And
cold rain.
these are like 2-person tents as well.
Yeah. Oh, they're
Like,
small.
There's like 6 guys in a 2-person tent.
Yep, exactly.
It's great
So-
the best of times.
And the oh, we got another.
Yeah,
one.
another, yeah, we'll
I
get to
better keep
those.
telling stories here.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Fantastic. What else you got?
So hang on, I'm not done yet. So the kids are soaking wet. So we're like, okay, we got to get these kids dry. So I put all of these 16-year-old boys in my like cute little tank tops because that's all I've got.
Right.
I'm like, oh God, the parents can't see pictures of this. And so we get the kids settled down for the night, and then we're like, oh, we have nowhere to sleep. Nowhere at all to sleep. So the counselors, thank goodness we had some wood. We like make a tarp and all huddle around the fire, and it is cold, and we have no
And
dry clothes.
somebody even got burned.
Yeah, someone was
Really?
sitting
Yeah.
so close to the fire that she
boy.
got burns on her legs because, not bad burns, but just minor burns on her legs. And so we like
Just a little,
huddle-
like, just
yeah,
burn.
just a little leg burn. It's all good.
They were fine.
And so the counselors huddled around the fire and shivered for warmth, and like we heated water bottles on the fire and then cuddled with them because we were so cold.
Hey, that works. Yep.
And we woke up the next morning and we're like, okay, I think we're done with this. And we went back to camp.
No,
Like,
what
"That's
did
done
we
with this."
eat in the morning?
So much for
you remember what we ate in the
I don't
morning?
remember what we ate. What did we eat?
We had sandy pancakes. We actually used some river water to make
Yum.
pancakes in the morning.
I did not remember that. We're really bad counselors. Sorry.
It's all coming out.
Making sandy pancakes.
Hey, he's here today. We got him out of here. It's all
Yeah,
good.
he turned out fine.
You're all right.
Camp character.
Yeah.
So that is my camp story.
Good. I don't know if we've had comments yet in the chat, but he'd grown the hair out, my man. I don't know if it's been mentioned yet, but
Oh, it's
if you've
beautiful.
watched past events, my goodness. And he's going to be donating it because of course, donating
yeah.
it. Of
He's
course he is. Yeah.
amazing.
Those two big donations came in. The first one from SketchCheck for $600 with no comment. Thank you so much for that. And Chris and Jasmine's with $500 here says, love to support this great event. This donation comes on condition of Lang getting a huge hug from Get a Whale on our behalf. Would that be Chris Hannell?
That would, and Jasmine as well.
And Jasmine,
So,
of course. Right now, I guess
Hug it out,
so.
boys.
yeah,
Hug it
production,
out.
we're going to need a camera on this.
You know, we do a lot of hugs at camp. Camp hugs.
A gong hug.
Yep. Aw. Two gongs.
Awesome.
I don't know if that counted. I think we need one more gong hit. And I've got, well, I mean, it was like technically you might have hit it with two different things, but it was only one gong
One
hit.
chime.
So
Lauren.
I think I have one more person in mind that should hit the gong.
And who would that be?
Well, Katie's son is here, and he is
Max.
a big gaming fan, and I think he should be
He's
the
wearing
honorary.
he's wearing a Dovahkiin.
Yeah.
I was going to ask at the
Yes.
trivia, did you know what the shirt was?
I did
He's-
not.
yeah, he's wearing an Oblivion shirt, I believe. Where's he at?
I think
we
he
can
should be the
might just
the
take a
gong
minute
hit.
here.
Yeah.
We'll track him down.
Totally.
But
We'll get him.
we wanted to give him one no matter what for sure. Yep.
I'll tell
Because
you.
yeah,
I'll tell you my camp story.
Yes,
while we're
absolutely.
looking for
Ooh.
Max.
absolutely.
So,
Yep.
one of my early camp memories was when I was kind of new and getting to know kids, and pranks are big at camp. So
Oh yeah.
there were some kids down by the lake.
Wow, another
one.
$500 bucks. Our friend
All
Fury.
right.
Yeah.
then
Think
you're
of
gonna-
more.
Okay.
Think of more.
You're gonna love this story.
Yep.
So there were a bunch of kids down there swimming, and this girl named Haley had a prosthetic leg, and she took it off and was waving it in the air frantically at me, and she said, "Katie, you've got to go run to your cabin right now." I'm like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Everyone's freaking out. The kids, they all this. They saw a sucker run on my face, and they're like, "You got to go get a hairdryer right now. Her leg's gonna short out if you don't get it here in 2 minutes." I took off like a jackrabbit to my cabin to go get my blow dryer. They're laughing, they're licking their ice cream, watching me run across campus to go get it so I could save Haley's leg. I got back huffing and puffing. They're like, "We're good." It's
It was
all
going to
right."
short out.
That's
that
what
was
they told
it.
me. What did I know? I was new.
They fooled you. Fooled.
But that
Some of
was-
these legs have ABS, you know?
That was my initiation.
Anti-lock
So,
brakes, I
That's
believe. Yeah.
funny.
No legs were harmed in this story. We're good.
I like the pranks. I'm into that. I don't know if we track down. I don't know if he says he doesn't
He might
want
be
to.
too shy.
Aw, come on, Max. He's talking gaming. Do you know what?
He's
talking to
with
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
He was here last year, and we're gonna.
It's the honorary.
All right, if he won't do it, I know someone else will do it.
Paige might accost him. Yeah, he was here last year, and he loved it. He got to meet Seagull, and this year he's been chatting away for like an hour to Jake from the Overwatch League. We have there's a photo here from Utah. That's from this
Oh,
year.
awesome.
When would that have been? How recently was that?
That was like
Let's
2
see,
months
Utah
ago.
was, just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Out in Park City.
You were there, weren't you, Jacob? You
I
were staying-
was.
Yeah.
I'm right there in the back.
Yeah, the tall boy.
Yeah.
with the long locks.
Yeah. Did you? We didn't give you a turn on the. Well, you had one story, but we got to give Jacob a turn on the story. Did you think of one you wanted to relate?
Oh boy.
You didn't know we were coming back over to you?
Oh, I had one.
You gotta get your money's worth.
Focus on
Did I
this
steal your story?
TF2.
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh no. Actually, you know what? Let's tell them about that food war we had at camp this
Oh,
year.
boy.
Ooh.
This year, huh?
Yeah, we had food games at camp this year, and we got a whole bunch of. There was one game where you were supposed to make like a human sundae, and you were like blindfolded, and you had to like put the ice cream on somebody's face. You got to
Oh,
put the
boy.
sprinkles, and you had to put like all the toppings, and then
Caramel.
we did condiment twister. So we did like
Okay.
ketchup, mayonnaise,
Oh boy.
everything, and I was
Reminds me of
having
the Bean Boozle.
yeah.
Spin the wheel.
It was bad. It smelled really bad in the sun.
yeah.
I gotta tell you,
Horrible.
briefly interject. This is why I was glad I was a photographer. I'm like, ooh, I got this equipment. I can't.
You had a
that,
zoom
that
lens.
looks-
Yeah.
that- I was like, that looks so fun, but I'm busy.
You get a zoom lens, you can get far away as you want.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
So they did the condiment twister, and then everybody wasn't having it anymore, so it just turned into a food war. And I was having the time of my life, and there's a picture somewhere of food covering me head to toe, mayonnaise, mustard, relish,
That's one for your wedding day.
smelling
That's true because I'm the one who took it.
Oh,
I
yeah?
got it on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
I actually
have
have a
evidence.
picture of me and Jacob at the food war that I'll have to get you guys. I haven't
There you
gotten
go.
to you yet, but we definitely took a picture covered in all of these condiments.
Fantastic. I'm told we're due another a gong strike. Jacob, have you ever hit our gong?
I have not gotten to hit the gong.
I would love. I don't know if there was someone else we were thinking of, but I'd love to offer Jacob the opportunity
Well, we
if
have
you'd like
two.
to. Yeah,
We got another?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
couple. Yeah. Did you want to come over? But we didn't. We're interrupting his.
You know
game
what?
if we
How
do
about
that.
this?
Yeah.
I'll get if we see one more $500 donation.
Ooh,
The next one.
this guy knows what he's
I'll come
doing.
over.
Oh, I like it.
He knows what he's doing.
Natural.
He's baiting
Well, so
them.
who's Well, I will do this. Well, yeah, we can get Paige to do one. So, can you? She doesn't have a headset. But can you tell us who Paige is? Her position with the group, the organization?
Yeah, so Paige is our development manager, and
Mm-hmm.
Paige is going to be helping us with our flight dinner gala, which is going to be on November 8th.
Okay.
And our poker tournament for all you gamblers out there in February. So
And the website, the charity website, has that info, I believe. Is
it
that
sure
right?
does.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you want to take it away?
Mike, hold your headset up for it.
Yeah, I'll hold it up. So, you can give a
Ooh,
Nice.
good one.
Yeah. And we're gonna get more because Jacob is a pro at driving donations. He's holding out for
for the
another
kids.
500. By the way, before I forget, the comment from that Chris Fierbringer donation of $500 was. This is funny. Stories from Mala remind me of all the stories that start with this one time at camp. I missed my time as a counselor at the many various camps I volunteered at. More stories, Mala. We're putting everyone on the
Oh,
spot
gosh.
here, but
Okay.
this is it. This is our event here. This is what we're about. This is it here. Yeah. Who? Yeah.
I'll think. I
Yeah.
gotta think. There's a lot of stories.
Or Jacob or anyone. Yeah. Like I say.
Well, I want to know if Jacob's going to cut his hair the way Uncle Mark did at camp.
Oh yeah.
So
What's that mean?
So some of our counselors, they grow their hair out
Uh-huh.
just to come to camp, and then each day they let the kids take a turn in clipping a new piece off or braiding it, coloring it, whatever
Oh,
you
they
want to do.
dyed it, yeah.
So one of our longtime counselors who's amazing, his name is Uncle Mark. Everybody calls him that.
Sure.
Every day I see him, I'm like, what did they do to you?
So
I'm
just
like,
different designs and
oh
things.
yeah. Like they'll
silly looking.
shave the top, so it's like bald up
Bald
here.
and then hair
It's
on
got it going on over here. Then the next day there's a little snip out of here, and then it's purple the next day. I mean, he's just a hot mess till by the end, and then they just shave it all off, and then he starts all over.
Well, we need that from Jacob next
That's
year.
what I'm
then.
saying.
That's the request. Twist Chat will agree, I think. We're playing, by the way, I don't know if we've had this mode so far. This is a custom mode in the game, just to quickly touch on it, that a lot of work went in from, I know, Soundsmith and a lot of guys. There's custom, it looks like chaos, I know, probably to all of us on the couch, but there's ducks, and we have like our very star, the Jack itself, if you look. That's our poor little birdie friend when he slows
no.
down. But it's pretend. It's okay. It's pretend. It's not the
right
real
here.
one.
He's okay.
It's just pretend. Yeah, it's just in the game.
Very sturdy Phil right
Yes, absolutely is. Yeah.
Oh, there's another camp picture.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we had one
that's
from
Excel.
the medical team camp prior to that. We're getting all these photos. Again, I mean, this is why we're here. It's not the silly stuff and whatever. This is the event right here, you know?
Yep.
Now, so how long have you been volunteering? You've been there a long
I've
time.
been volunteering at camp for 6 years. I've done 6 summer camps since 2013, and I have been a medical staff member every year. But I mean, we have so many medical staff there because we want to keep the kids in their activities, and so the medical staff, we're basically like extra counselors. We go around and do all the activities with the kids. Jacob can vouch that I got very messy in the condiment war and the ice cream war. I think Jacob like slipped some ice cream down my back. Yeah.
Cold.
Oh, very cold. And yeah, the condiment war, it wasn't
Threw
like
some
nice
sprinkles.
condiments. There was like relish that was very relishy smelling.
I mean, relish is rough even when used
best of
the
times.
proper way.
Yeah, but we were like,
I can hear the chat
Oh,
right
yeah.
now saying, ugh.
yeah, it was like hands and feet in the relish and the mustard and the mayo.
It's like walking around being a Chicago dog at camp.
We did a flour war after we did the
Flour
vegetables.
war.
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
we did the flour war right after.
Once you're all nice and sticky.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we create these little flour bombs that are I think it's toilet paper with flour wrapped in it and then a little elastic band, and we have a bin of probably like 1,000 of them, maybe thousands, I don't know. And so you have a countdown, and at the end of the countdown, you're allowed to grab some of the flour bombs and you throw them at each other. And since it's wrapped in really thin toilet paper, as soon as it hits you, it just explodes.
Right.
And so you have all these really messy condiments on you and ice cream, and then you get flour and it sticks to you and it gets in your hair.
And then what? You jump in the lake or what? Like how
You
long
do
does
jump-
it
you
take
actually
to
you
clean
do
yourself
jump in the
up?
lake
Okay.
after.
Another photo there, a nice
but-
photo.
oh, yeah,
a recent
that's a
one.
nice
That's how they season the fish.
sure.
funnily
Yeah, that was
enough.
you wore that shirt. Yeah.
Summer.
Yes, it's yeah.
But the problem with the flour war is that like you can shower and you can jump in the lake, but no matter what, you have flour in your hair for the entire week.
It's like
It
sand.
does not go
Yeah,
away.
it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's like sand in a pancake.
The
Yeah.
really experienced
Right.
campers,
Pancakes.
the experienced campers put like swim caps on their head and like,
Right.
have
They're
all
smart.
sorts
You
of
can tell the
like-
veterans.
Oh yeah, they know what they're
Experience,
doing. They have
yeah.
goggles, like they got
Yeah.
everything.
I just love the idea of a new counselor rolling up to camp. And like
Everyone's got the gear
and there's
on.
just all this stuff happening, and an 8-year-old comes up and is like, "Stick with me, kid. I'm gonna get you through this."
Was that you, Jacob? Were you all decked out with like protection? And were you? I feel like the answer is no. I feel
No,
like you were
actually,
going
you
for
know,
it.
I'm an all-out kind of guy.
Because you were telling me you're like the total extreme outdoorsy kind of type, right? You were talking about the craft camp, I believe.
We had
Campcraft.
Campcraft. We had
Sorry,
something
yes.
called Campcraft Cologne. It's you don't shower for a week or two. You get the campfire smell going, and some bug spray. Mix it all together.
That smells not good.
Not
guess.
good.
I can vouch. It does not smell good.
No.
We have a photo from the winter camp. Oh wow,
Nice.
really really cool.
I was in Park City, Utah.
Oh,
Actually.
yep.
Yeah,
There he
and
is.
more.
There I am.
Well, sort of.
Snow on the
Oh,
snowboarding.
Sorry,
hill.
I guess I need to
Vertical,
fix that.
yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah.
That's my fault. I coded that.
Yeah.
One thing I really love about the winter camps, and a lot of the camps do this, but it's really noticeable at the winter camps, is how much focus is placed on accessibility and inclusion, and the assistive technology used to ensure that everyone can get out on the slopes if they want
That's
to.
amazing to
Yep.
me.
Is amazing, and there's just such a wide array of these assistive technologies used. Just accessibility in general is something I really care a lot about, and seeing how much Camp One Step cares about it and really employs that is phenomenal.
As abled people, we don't even think about that
Yeah,
stuff, but it's such a huge thing. It's massive.
Our motto at camp, it's all about I can. What do you want to do? And then, a lot of the kids will say back at home, mom and dad are hovering over me. They're not letting me do anything. I get to come here. I get to try whatever I want. You guys make it happen.
You get the freedom.
Yeah.
Like at Park City, we've got we work with the National Ability Center, so they have extra volunteers and equipment, adaptive equipment, so that kids can ski even if you're in a wheelchair or blind, visually impaired. It doesn't matter. We're like, if you want to do it, we're gonna make it happen. So.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing is like as the medical staff person, so many times the counselors care so much that they come up to us and say, "Hey, we have a camper with this, this, and this, but they really want to do this activity. Can you make it happen? Is it okay for them to do this?" And we come up with a way. We make it happen. We don't like to say no. We'd like to say, "Yeah, I can."
Yep. Even at Dude Ranch, somebody just donated a double saddle. So if you needed extra assistance to have someone actually holding you, you could do it,
That's
which is
wow.
amazing.
That's so cool.
I hear about these. I didn't know any of these things existed. I'm sure a lot of people didn't, but it's really cool.
Yep, we're all in.
All in.
Yeah.
So we and again with Camp One Step. If you're not already following them on Twitter, why not follow them on Twitter if you use that? Just thought we were having fun.
If you
that
want
kinda
an
sums it
endless
up.
supply of lovely photos to
Oh,
brighten
yeah.
your day, go ahead and follow that Twitter. Go ahead and smash that follow button.
Yup.
Very good.
You Twitter user, Jacob?
I am not.
We gotta get him an account. Got to get him an account because then we can shout you out on
have an
ours and
Instagram.
stuff, and
have
Maybe
a lot of
that's-
followers.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you end up as staff, you'll have like a work Twitter account maybe if someday.
Yeah. Our graphics only show
Okay.
Twitter because I'm too old to figure out the Snapchat API.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Slang's still good. We like them.
Thanks.
Yeah, so we're coming up to the end of the hour here, but like I say, it's not my hour. So any other stories or things that you might want to talk about or touch on, primarily addressing you, Katie, but anyone, Jacob, anybody at all? It's we'd
I
love
mean-
to have you in here, and we want to let you talk about everything you want to talk about.
This is amazing. You know, we just want to thank everybody again from Tip of the Hats and everyone who's watching. And you know, it's so fun to like see all the games and it's exciting. But what all the work and the love that's behind it and what you guys are trying to do, you know, everyone here, they're so dedicated to our kids and they just want to make kids happy and kind of fuel them when they're going through one of the toughest times in their lives. And so you guys are incredible partners. We're just so grateful. So I just want to make sure we say that.
Yeah, I think everyone here, I think we all sort of really fully understand and get, you know, what it is we're doing. And the thing that's amazing to me, I mean, we have thousands of people watching that they all get it as well, fully get it. And we have all these messages and donations and flabbergasting. I mean, we had our largest single donation ever today.
Yeah, that was wild.
Unbelievable. And it couldn't be to a better place, honestly.
How many times did you hit the gong when you got that?
Oh my! Well, I'll tell you, literally, I was up on the mezzanine and I walked in, and it shocked me. It was they did a very loud, like a hard one, and I physically like jumped.
I believe there was also a human
There was
gong.
they did use one of our human talent to strike that, but there was a very emphatic. I don't know how it survived, but there was. Yeah, we're all excited. We can only imagine how exciting it is for the kids and for the campers and for the families and everyone that's watching who's actually, literally connected to this. It's amazing.
So when I'm with the kids, I tell them, you know, this group that I work with, we raise a lot of money for camp, and all of these people are working so hard to get you here so you can have a good time. And the kids are so thankful. The campers say, hey, like, tell them thank you. We love it. We love coming to camp. And we're so grateful that they're raising money for us to come to camp. And so they're so happy to be there.
Without donors, like you guys, camp just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly, absolutely.
I actually, the first camp I volunteered at, the summer camp, I didn't like tell anybody how I got involved with camp because I didn't want to be like, yo, what's up, I'm a fundraiser.
games.
Yeah, like I just showed up as like, hey, what's up, I'm a photographer. You don't know me, but that's cool.
You're the heavy.
You're doing the accent a little bit there.
I was a Russian. Yeah, but like on the one of the last days I was there, like a lot of the other people were sort of interrogating me because like camp is actually a really close-knit family, and while certainly people who weren't campers do come on as counselors, when a total outsider comes in, it's like, yo, this is a cool, new, interesting friend, and people want to learn about me.
Absolutely.
They were like, hey,
welcome.
you're out of the blue. Like, what drew you here?
Yeah.
And I just kept being vague. I just kept being like, I don't know, charity is cool, right? Like volunteering. And they weren't buying my answer at all. And then eventually I was like, yeah, I'm this fundraiser. We raised this much money for camp. And
they were like-
immediately, everyone around me stood up and did the standing O,
Yep.
which is a thing camp does, and
Oh.
the whole room stood up. And I was like, this is not necessary, but thank you very much.
I think we need a
appreciate it.
demonstration. I think you got to show us.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you
the
gotta
O.
and show us. What
We can do
what
a
is
sitting
that?
O because
Yeah, yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
we wouldn't be in
Yeah,
camp.
how is
So
it?
like-
How does it go?
It's just, you literally, it's just literally the pun. It's
Yeah.
just you go,
You go,
oh. It's just standing
But you
O.
all stand up.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we don't need.
Ha-ha.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did that. I was
It's
touched.
more dramatic when there's 300
Right.
people
When
doing
there's
it.
300 people in the lunch hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very daunting.
Yes.
Lang and I were actually at camp together.
Yes, we were.
Really?
Same week. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Barely saw each other.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This was the week that Jacob and I almost drowned in the rain.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We had somebody
weren't
else
there half
almost
the time.
fall,
What a way to
fall
go.
off a cliff the next week.
Another big, huge donation here. Would that be an item donation?
is an
I
item
believe?
donation.
Tree Hero donating $515 worth of virtual items.
So now Jacob has
That's
to
a gong
hit.
hit.
Yeah,
that's a
Jacob,
gong
you
hit.
can't hold it
Jacob.
off while he's making his way over here. We have a lot of these comments here. Tree Hero just says, quite simply, glad to help.
Thanks, bud.
That's
That's
what we're
awesome.
talking about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not even a thought, you know? We also had one here for $100 by Nate Fox. Said, I love this stream so much. The amount of work you all put into this event is incredible, and I'm happy that everyone is donating towards such a good cause. You guys are great. And there are more coming in, but yeah. Oh no, come around the front of it here, and grab one of the mallets there, and the pro strategy. This is, and it sounds like I'm being funny or something, but we looked up like a video once of like how do you properly strike a gong. So the idea is you kind of warm it up first. You kind of do a few little taps, and then you get your smash.
And Jacob, put a little English on it. Make it a real ripper.
Let us hear it.
That was a good one.
Very good.
How'd it feel?
Excellent.
Felt good? Yeah. Now he's addicted to that. Yeah.
We're going to have to get one of those for Camp Craft.
We're going to have to get him a personal gong for home. Get him to practice. Yeah. I casually mentioned guitar or something, and he's like, dude, I was playing. And I was like, I used to play. And it sounds like he does everything, honestly. Multi-talented.
Jacob, did you ever play the guitar at one of the talent shows?
So you have his headset back on?
Yeah.
Good?
So camp has like given me the opportunity to try things that I would have never been able to do, like a talent show or something like that. Or like I would have never been able to go snowboarding or like be able to like rock climb a real place. I just don't have those opportunities. And like when you're doing these things, especially with other people who have gone through the same thing, it just makes it also like just even more special.
I guess the real question was how long till the rock concert at camp, I think, was more.
Oh, we actually have a resident rock star already
Really?
at camp. Yeah.
Okay. So you have to like dethrone him? There can't be two rockers?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to form, is there like, do you ever talk about like collaborating or anything?
Oh, you know, we probably should. We probably should.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We have we had some metal. We had some screamo going on.
Screamo at camp. Wow.
Oh, that
Did
ended
you love that, Katie?
Oh, let me tell you.
Oh,
that
wow.
ended the winter camp program. We had all kinds of these like sweet, wonderful skits and all this stuff going on. And at the end, who was it that went up there and
Jordan
did it?
Rios.
He gets up there and he's like, all right, yeah. Like screaming. The whole place was like, what?
Of course.
Somebody was
It went
putting
on
the
for a
lights
good
on and
like
off.
3 or 4 minutes. It was a little frightening, but
You gotta be open-minded.
we voted he won just because we were so scared of him.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
The Midwest winters, they'll do things to you.
A lot of talent up at
we
camp.
have another one here, Aquatic Adventures. Where's water sports? Yeah, can you tell us a bit about that? Where does that take place? Sorry.
Oh, water sports. So water sports is one of the programs that you can do up at summer camp. The 13 to 16-year-olds can do it if you want. And so you get to go to Pearl Lake. You get to actually learn how to scuba dive. You can get certified, which is something
Really?
that out in the real world would be very
Wow.
expensive. It would be tough to do.
That's wild.
And I'll give a shout out to Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation. They actually fund that program
Wow.
for water sports.
Go Cubs.
So, yep, there you go. Go
And
Cubs.
the kids love water sports.
Love
Once they
it.
do water sports, it's like a tight-knit group.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Paddleboarding, kayaking, all that stuff.
That's
They
astounding.
love it.
You can get certified. That's
Oh,
really
yeah. Yep.
astounding.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's other tweets or things we wanted to look at. Again, I'm the boring host. It's just my job to watch the time and stuff. But yeah, I mean we're coming up to 9 o'clock here local time, and so yeah. Again, I mean, I guess any sort of final words from either yourself, Katie, or Jacob, or anyone else as we.
Just again, we're so grateful. We appreciate everyone who's tuning in and keep watching all weekend, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everything too, because we want everyone to see all the programs and check us out.
Yeah,
and
we want to
see all
see
the kids. They're enjoying programs throughout the year. We've got 11 programs. There's something going on almost every month. So check us out.
Lots of smiles on there.
Lots of smiles, lots
Yeah.
of happiness. You guys everyone who's donating, you are creating smiles just by sending that in. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. How about you, Jacob? I know. Are you doing well in the game here, or what's the status report in the game before
I'm
we?
having fun with some demo night here, just
Yeah?
messing around.
Demo night, nice. Yeah.
So-
Playing with a lot of skilled players. We got our Uncle Dane there, and are you? How's the skill level thing? Are you getting? Are you holding your own?
I was holding my own earlier. I'm kind of getting destroyed now.
He's honest. He's an honest. Yeah. Any final words, Jacob? Like I said, you got the floor.
Yeah. You know what? Camp definitely changes lives. Cancer was probably the best and the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I'm nodding emphatically.
And it's just amazing to get this opportunity to spend time with people who have gone through the same thing and they understand what it's like to go through the hardships of cancer.
Yeah.
It really does take a lot out of you, especially when you have it younger. It's just you feel almost socially ostracized.
Yeah.
And it takes some time to kind of get used to being back in normal society almost. And you know, it camp really helped me with that. And I was able to really open up and learn how to just kind of be a real kid again at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids tell us all the time, you know, when they were diagnosed with cancer, like everything changed overnight. You know, their life had gone from sports and school and their friends. You know, their biggest problem was
$1,000. I'm sorry, Katie, but
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Chatterbox. I'll see if there's a message. Right, go on.
That's awesome. No, just saying, you know, your life changes in an instant. And, you know, your friends now they're worried about like who they're going to date or where they're going to go for vacation. And all of a sudden you're worried about your hospital stay or what's going on. And then
Your levels, your numbers, all this.
everything
and that.
changes. And then you go to camp. It's like everything got so dark. And then you go to camp and you meet all these kids who know exactly what you're going through. And it's all of a sudden like, you're not the kid with cancer anymore. I'm me again. And you meet all these other people who know what you're going through and you can just kind of go through life again. You know, we always say cancer is not the end of the road, it's a bump in the road.
Yep.
And you go to camp and everything opens up again and you can see possibilities, you can dream again. And a lot of our parents will say, you know what, thank you, you gave me my child back.
Yeah.
They were so lost. Our family was lost and they were sad. They lost a lot of their friends. Their friends were moved on and did other stuff. And
Right.
then they went to camp and then like a whole new family. Camp's like a second family.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, to close the section, you know how it works. $1,000 means there's a smash of the gong. And I believe we'd like to offer you the opportunity,
I'm
Katie,
going
to
for
get
it.
in there and to do that. Just as you get up here, I'll read the message from Chatterbox, which was another year, another $1,000 dues to help the kids. Been around since the first year of TotH. I'm so happy to see you guys still going strong. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Chatterbox. So you've heard the instructions. So whenever you're ready. So just a few little, just kind of a few little, small little taps. And then a big one. Woo! Yeah. Thank you so much. And so thank you again to Katie and as well Jacob and to everyone. And so we're going to go to a break here. We're going to have a look at some, I believe, a highlights little package. But don't go anywhere because we will be right back.